Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? All right, a lot of agitators out there, a lot of things kicking off. It's starting now. Game starts now. Kickoff. All right, here we go. I know there's a lot of confusion about Elon. Keep your eyes on the ball. There could be a lot of people out there spreading false rumors, a lot of fake garbage on this, and trying to divide the MAGA revolution. But the first thing I want to say is, unless it comes from Mr. T himself, take it with a grain of salt. And I know he's been dropping some, it seems like some hints here and there, but don't jump on it yet. Don't jump into this yet. Don't jump in head first. Right now, keep a level head. This is going to get pretty wonky. It's going to get pretty crazy. They're beginning a lawfare right now. So let's just go with what we can see and what we can prove. So it looks like Biden has appointed 253 or 235. I must be dyslexic. 235 because I have 253 here. And then I also have 235. So it looks like I'm battling a little bit of dyslexia. So 253 judges, or is it 235? Will someone please correct me on this? Oh. The propaganda is beginning. Everything's starting. If you watch the Juan video last night, and then the one that's going to be put up on Nino's Corner.tv tonight, revealing a lot of things, folks. They're going all in, and they're going to try to stop him with lawfare, which is what I said would happen. So they're going to block him here. They're going to block him there. They're going to block him over here. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I promise. They're screwed. They're so screwed. They're trying to get ahead of the ball, but they're not going to. Folks, you can Venmo me �D-Rod1977, �D-Rod1977. When the lights go out on Amazon, when the lights go out, The Mexican Mix, my mama's book, Leave an Honest Review. I got to say, folks, this is going to get interesting. Are they going to delay the inauguration? That's the big question. They're going to try. They're going to really try. They're going to throw everything they can at them. They're going to try to muddy up the water. They're already saying they can't find the correct Speaker of the House, not enough votes. How are we going to get this done on time? The big objective here is delay until they can figure out the rest of the game out. But they are putting their chess pieces in order to stop him at every move. So don't look any further than the 235 judicial appointees that they just put in there for the objective of lawfare. This means they're going to try to stop. This is why I said it's so important that Trump gets in a different way. And I hope, and this is just my opinion, I hope this happens soon. And I hope they do try to stop the certification, because then I know, we're going to go a different direction with this. So I'm not worried at all. I'm going to tell you this right now, folks. I'm not worried at all. They're playing into our hands. We've got them beat, and they're in their death roll right now, just trying to grasp for air. They're so done. Like I said, we are fighting from the high ground. Trump has the high ground. Now, all this stuff that's going on with Elon Musk, I know that Trump put out something that says Elon, or he didn't say it. I think it's referring to Elon. He put on a truth post, where are you? When are you coming to the center of the universe? Mar-a-Lago, Bill Gates asked to come tonight. We miss you and X. New Year's Eve is going to be amazing. I don't know what that means. I'm calling some people to find out if they have anything, if they know anything about this, what it means, whatever. There's a lot of influencers coming out right now, throwing Elon under the bus, throwing 𝗵𝗃 under the bus. Let's just hold off. Don't get ahead of ourselves here. I look like El Chapo in his Netflix movie. What? I don't look like that guy. I don't look like El Chapo. I look like Sancho. By the way, Sancho came up with a good song. Folks, before you hear the Sancho song, I think I'm going to do a video. And then have like a marching band. I like. Do you guys know what tortas are? Let's see if anyone here knows what a torta is. What's a torta? There's two. It's a double meaning. I'm going to give you a second to think about that. What is a torta? While I read this Tony protein. Nobody likes getting older. One of the biggest reasons why is because our muscles become weaker, making the activities we used to enjoy more difficult to do and less enjoyable. But what if you didn't have to get weaker as you got older? What if you could actually become stronger? Celebrity fitness trainee Tony Horton says he's found a way to turn the impossible into the possible. His reality, which is now using to help thousands of Americans remain healthy and active as they hit middle age and beyond. It's actually a lot simpler than you think, Horton, who is 66, told us. It's a method anyone can do that takes about 1 or 2 minutes a day. And within a very short period of time, you can start feeling stronger and probably healthier than you have in years. Almost everyone begins experiencing some degree of age-related muscle loss starting between ages 40 and 50. It's perfectly natural and nothing to worry about. However, it can make it harder to exercise or even perform routine activities you take for granted, like playing with kids or pets or carrying groceries. On average, people lose about 0.5% to 1% of muscle mass each year. While that may sound minor, it can add up over the years and decades. Increasing frailty is a big reason why elderly people are more prone to falling down, which can lead to prolonged bed rest or hospital stays, which can mean even more muscle loss and what becomes a vicious downward cycle. Health experts have long believed age-related muscle loss is simply an inevitable aspect of getting older. But Tony Horton says he's found a much more effective way to help you fight age-related muscle loss and even build new muscle. Folks, this is good stuff. I take this stuff every day. This came as quite a shock to me because I'm the biggest workout guy on the planet, said the man who has trained Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty, and Stevie Nicks, to name of his celebrity clients. But the results are undeniable. Best case scenario, you actually have a chance to get into the best shape of your life. Go to TonyProtein.com/Nino. Get started on it. TonyProtein.com/Nino. Let me set the ghetto timer. Ghetto timer is set. All right, so do you know what a torta is? What is a torta? Okay. Yes, it's a Mexican sandwich. I used to eat them all the time. in Juarez. But what's the double meaning? What's the other definition of a torta? A torta. All right, so a torta is when a Mexican girl blows up and she becomes a secretary. It's like they call them tortas. So they call the Mexican secretary, like the Mexican women that are like over 25 years old to like, I don't know, into their 40s, who have like secretarial positions and they're really big and they're heavy set. They call them tortas. They tortas. But the Sancho song I was singing was, I like tortas because I reign supreme. Everyone knows Sancho's the king of El Paso, Texas. And then and have like a marching band. I like tortas. I like tortas with extra sauce because everyone knows Sancho's the boss of El Paso. Yeah. What do you guys think? Should I make a video? With a real cheesy fucking, have a Mexican secretary eating a torta with juice and grease dripping out all over the desk. What do you think? Yeah. I like tortas because I reign supreme. Everyone knows Sancho's the king of El Paso. All right, so yeah, a lot of shit going. Don't quit your day job. Yeah, I know, I'm crazy. I know. Spotify, Nino's Corner. Telegram, Nino's Corner. Getter, Nino's Corner. Rumble, Nino's Corner. True Social, David Rodriguez Boxer. X is Nino Boxer. Instagram and TikTok, Nino's Corner.tv or Nino's Corner TV. I am a torta, Dave. Oh, boy. Well, Sancho likes the tortas. Also, patriotwear.com. Bing, boom. Get the Trump homie shirt. OG right here. OG. So PatriotWear.com got a lot of specials going on right now for Christmas, New Year's. Nino's Corner.tv, fire. I have a 𝗬𝗏𝗃 going up today. I have the Ghost up right now. The 𝗬𝗏𝗃 is the continuation of the video we did on YouTube. So that's really that's going to be, it's fire. It's a good video. The Ghost is a good video. Judge Joe Brown is up there right now. The General's tent. He took all your questions. I have Dennis Boland. We're going to be talking about Lady Gaga coming on. I got 𝗬𝗏𝗶𝗹 coming on, talking about the Galactic Federation. If you believe in that, I leave it up for you. I leave it to you guys. You all decide. I think David Wilcox coming on pretty soon. I have SG Anon coming on, I think today or tomorrow. Mel K's coming back on. And I have a special treat. So I've been they've reached out to me through email. I'm not going to say their name yet until I start talking to them, but supposedly their grandfather had a cosmic clearance, and they can prove this. They said they have the documentation that their grandfather had a cosmic clearance, and they're going to reveal a lot of stuff on my show about maybe Area 51, the black budget projects. What are they reverse engineering? What exactly is a cosmic clearance? So they've reached out to me, and I've talked to them over via email, and I said I want to see the proof of the documentation, stuff like that. So this could be something that I think my audience could like. So I'm going to put this on Nino's Corner.tv. It's a little fringe, a little too fringe for 𝗵𝗏𝗃, but other than that, I'm going to do my best. And I'm also working on the next general for the General's tent in January. I got a few prospects in mind. I'll let you know pretty soon in the next week or two who's it going to be. So, folks, without further ado, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. I like tortas because I reign supreme. Everyone knows Sancho's the king of El Paso. How many of you are going to be singing that in your head tonight? I just fucked up your day. I like tortas. Joe Brown is amazing. Yeah, he is. He's cool. Yeah, I like that guy a lot. I like that guy. Sancho should start a band. I think he should as well. I don't know. Yeah. I've already been singing it. I like tortas. Someone's gonna take that from me. I got a feeling if I don't put that out there now, someone's gonna take it from me, and then it's gonna be getting millions on the internet, and I'm gonna sit here going, "Damn, I thought of that first." But it is the Sancho anthem. He likes the tortas. All right, folks. Here we go. Get ready. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really biting on the whole Elon thing right now. Let's wait to see where that goes. There's going to be a lot of people. I think there's a lot of agitators out there trying to divide the MAGA movement, and I'm not gonna don't buy into it right now. We're getting close to J6. They're trying something. Something tells me they're trying everything. They're pushing all the psyops. So right now, let's just I think everyone, we got to stay in our lane, put our blinders on, and really just not pay attention to the noise. Let's just try to focus on the facts. Okay, I can't believe I'm saying that. But that's how I see it. Folks, by the way, I got two things coming up. So I talked to Brad Olson, and I may be going to, not maybe, I'm already planning this, but I'm going to film it as a documentary and put the unedited version on Nino's Corner.tv, the edited version on YouTube. I'm going to go to Skinwalker Ranch with Brad Olson and a few of my buddies, Steve, who's here at my house right now, a few other people. We're gonna record. We're gonna try to get everything we can. Infrared. I don't know how big this production is gonna be, but we're gonna record our journey to Skinwalker Ranch. This is in March. I don't know when I'll have it done to be put out there, but that should be pretty cool. Hopefully, I see a Bigfoot. I've always wanted to see a Bigfoot in person. I've seen enough tortas, that's for sure. I'm very sick of the tortas. But Commander Shepard, thank you. Sancho likes big tortas and he cannot lie. Oh man. So Yeah, so Skinwalker Ranch. And then, folks, the most important thing is I'm getting baptized. My New Year's resolution is to get baptized and get closer to Christ. So I'm really going to put an effort into that. Hopefully I can do it. If I was able to quit drinking for 5 years, I think I can do this. So, and it costs nothing, right? I mean, that's how I see it. So I am doing that. All right, folks, let's begin today's segment. Lawfare, and so it begins. Here comes the lawfare and the propaganda, and I'm going to say the division, and really the division to separate and run psyops on MAGA. That's what I think is happening here. That's my instincts talking. I haven't talked to anybody else about that. I talked to a couple of people, but we knew this was coming. The closer we get to J6, I think they're planning something. If you're going there to Washington for J6 for it to get certified, you know what happened last time. So mind your P's and Q's, understand what they're capable of doing, and just be mindful is all I got to say. Be mindful. Me, I don't go to events. I don't do shit like that. I'm a big target. I'm a big fucking target. Unless they have tortas. If they have tortas there, I might go. So the Hill and other syndicates begin pushing the narrative that Congress should stop Trump from assuming presidency. They're already pushing this stuff out on all the syndicates. Not on all of them, but quite a few. So this is one of the last desperate moves they can make. This is it right here. Here they go, and they're going to go all in. Not to mention the lawfare that they're going to get ready to throw at this man. So could there be another J6 2.0? I'm saying it's very, very possible, especially if you're all there at the Capitol and they pull a fast one on you and they don't certify this guy or they postpone it. I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know. He could very well get certified J6. I'm just saying it's my responsibility. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying I'm throwing the options out there that they have. Let me just get a thumbs up if you agree with what I'm saying here, that this could happen. This kind of weird stuff could happen. They could throw a curveball and start. If you start seeing them erect a fence, we got to pay close attention to that. Let's see if they start erecting a fence around the Capitol. That's going to be a big sign for me, at least for me. Look, I hope they don't do this, but you never know. We don't know. We don't know what move they're going to make. Anything is possible, exactly. Hello from Austria. Wow. Hey, Austria. Yeah, but they won't win. Exactly, they won't. We're anticipating all these moves, folks. All these moves. But I know, will the people show up to the Capitol for their voices to be heard, only to be set up yet once again? Then they trap Trump once again into another insurrection ordeal scenario, refuse to certify him, and then label MAGA as a threat. A lot of people probably right now are saying, yeah, right, I can't see that happening. I don't believe that. Did it happen before? Yes or no? Did it happen before? Are these people, do they give a fuck about what you think? Do they care about what you have to think? Their biggest wet dream is to defy MAGA. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's their wet dream. Their wet dream. They hate you. They don't like you. It's not like, oh, that's too obvious. They're not going to do it. They would never do that. They'd piss off millions of people. Exactly. That's what they want to do. Piss off everybody. Rile everybody up. I don't think you realize this. I know it's been really quiet. It's been really, really quiet. But we're in a very delicate time right now. Our country is in a very delicate time right now. I talked to Juanito. He's on pins and needles, man. I've never heard him really so concerned as he is right now. And you're going to want to go to Nino'sCorner.tv, by the way, because I'm going to be flooding it with interviews. Boom, boom. To get the real news, the news before it's news, folks. And where's Nancy Pelosi right now? Didn't she just go get what is she getting, a hip surgery or foot surgery in some other country? Or is she prospecting for a country with no extradition laws? What's she doing? And what I'm just asking the question. What is she doing? Isn't she in another country right about now? Have you heard at all? What are they doing? What is everyone doing right now? It's really quiet. Really, really quiet. Eerily quiet. Just saying. Just saying, folks. The fireworks, to me, seem like they're about to start. And even if Trump gets inaugurated on January 20th, the lawfare is going to be so bad that they're trying to lock up the legal system right now. And as all this is happening, Biden's not even worried at all. Joe Biden and Jill Biden arrive in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands for a week in the sun at taxpayers' expenses. Biden has spent 570 days, nearly 40% of his entire presidency, on vacation. But what's more is that, especially during these holidays, people are really exhausted. People are very exhausted. Americans are exhausted by political news, TV ratings, and a new AP NORC poll show they are tuning out. So as a Democrat who immersed himself in political news during the presidency campaign, and had so much in common with many Americans since the election, I have tuned out. People are mentally exhausted, said Anila 45 of San Diego. Everyone knows what is coming, and we are just taking some time off. What's coming? A better America? So this is obviously written by a liberal because they can't take it. They don't want to see America do well. They can't stand it. They want a bad economy. They want World War III, and they want nukes going off everywhere. That's what they want. As long as you use the right fucking pronouns. That's it. Pronouns, yes. Nuclear war, maybe. That's okay with me. As long as when you're dropping the bomb, you're using the correct pronouns. As we are getting disintegrated, as long as you are using the right pronouns as I vaporize into the air. That's what it comes down to. That's the insanity. That's the fucking insanity right now. That's how correct. That's what we're dealing with right now. It's a group of fucking misfits that are so insane. They're like throwing gasoline on themselves and lighting a match as long as we have the right fucking pronouns. Television ratings and now a new poll clearly illustrate the phenomenon. About 2/3 of American adults say they have recently felt the need to limit media consumption about politics and government because of overload, according to I kind of felt this. I kind of felt this last month. This last month, really. Month and a half. Oh, shit, 2 months because it's December. Yeah. So I've kind of felt like everyone's been exhausted. I've noticed that my audience has kind of declined a little bit as well. I know people are exhausted, but I still got to do what I got to do. You make our day news with humor. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, thank you, Danielle. It just acted like myself. So everyone's fucking utterly exhausted with this bullshit. I am too. But I'm telling you, folks, I think the fireworks are about to begin. The Hill column claims Congress should stop Trump from becoming president. So a writing in the Hill, Evan Davis and David Schultz have argued that Congress could and should block President-elect Donald Trump from taking office. The pair began with a false contention that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution somehow applies to Trump. No person shall hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who have previously taken an oath to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in an insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort the enemies thereof. Not understanding. So these people still take they still buy it. They're still taking it hook, line, and sinker. They believe in it. They believe it really happened. That there wasn't any agitators there. They don't understand the full story of what really fucking happened. But hey, they got to keep pushing this shit. Push the narrative. The authors argue that disqualification is based on insurrection against the Constitution and not the government, and that evidence of Trump's doing so is overwhelming and has been demonstrated in 3 separate forums. Rep. Jamie Raskin has already threatened to engage in his sort of distraction when Congress meets to certify the Electoral College votes, a threat he put out nearly a year ago. So Davis and Schultz say 3 contested proceedings prove their case. They began with Trump's second impeachment that was based on the president's responsible for incitement of an insurrection. The very charge encompasses engaging in insurrection against the Constitution or giving aid and comfort to the enemies thereof, which is you. The enemies are you. Okay, let's get that straight. That's who they're labeling the enemy. The selected enemy. The third contested proceeding raised by the Davis and Schultz is what they refer to as the bipartisan inquiry of the House Select Committee to investigate the January 6th attack.
Yeah, we must call it an attack. Yes, call it that. What else should we do, sire? Oh, label it an attack and have it an attack from the American people.
Don't you just picture all of them sitting around like a fucking like a conference table with just some evil fucking Star Wars looking mutant in the front of the table just
we will label it an attack. And then push it on the mainstream media. And anyone who doesn't agree, we censor them.
Johnson allies urge Trump to intervene as messy speaker battle threatens to delay the 2024 certification. Let me read that again. Johnson allies urge Trump to intervene as messy speaker battle threatens to delay the 2024 certification. Allies of Speaker Mike Johnson are urging President-elect Trump to publicly reaffirm support for the House GOP leader to avoid a messy, protracted battle that could delay the certification of his own victory. If we have some kind of protracted fight, we can't elect a speaker. The speaker's not elected. We're not sworn in. And if we're not sworn in, we can't certify the election. I would hope that President Trump would chime in and talk to those who are maybe a little hesitant and say, hey, we've got to get this going. We don't have time. Meanwhile, Rep. Pat Fulton, Rep. Texas, told Fox News Digital it would be immensely helpful if Trump chimed in. What's your all's thoughts? What's my audience thoughts? What do you guys think is going to happen here? Now, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not psychic, but I can say with certainty that they're going to try something. Johnson is facing a potentially bruising battle to win the speaker's gavel for a full congressional team, with several House Republicans vocally critical of the Louisiana Republican and his handling of government funding. His predecessor went through 14 public defeats in his quest to win the gavel, finally securing it after days of negotiations with holdouts on the 15 House-wide vote. Let's see where this goes. Chuck Schumer says Biden-appointed judges will be the bulwark against Trump. So they're already formulating plans and lawfare to stop Trump. I mean, this should be fucking illegal. I can't believe I'm even reading this. But I happen to know something, Chucky. Chucky. Clickety clink, real soon for you, buddy. It's just around the corner. Democrats will rely on judges appointed by Joe Biden to protect the White House legacy for Donald Trump and blunt most extreme elements of the president-elect's agenda. The outgoing Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said, Schumer, a senator of New York, said the party would use the judiciary to spearhead a fight back following an election defeat that left a Republican trifecta in control of the White House and both chambers of Congress. Speaking to Politico, Schumer said the approach was based on the example set by the Republicans themselves, starting in the presidency of George W. Bush when the GOP began focusing on packing courts with conservative judges. Chuck Schumer reveals stealth Democrat plan to block MAGA revolution. Senator and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has revealed the Democrat Party's secret weapon in fighting a rearguard action against Donald Trump's MAGA offensive. The Democrats are holding on to one last hope after a disastrous election in which they lost control of the White House and both chambers of Congress. So see, folks, at least we do have the higher ground. That's what I'm going on here. At least we're fighting from the higher ground, but they're still coming. They're not stopping. For the past 4 years, President Joe Biden, Schumer, and his colleagues on the Senate Judiciary Committee have been quietly stacking the federal judiciary with liberal-minded judges, knowing they could one day provide a crucial bulwark against a resurgent Trump. Just before Christmas, they achieved the goal of pushing through a record. Yep, it's 235. A record 235 judicial nominations. More confirmations in a single administration than any since Jimmy Carter's White House. The total includes 150 woman judges, the most under any president. Are you sure that's what they want to be called? Are you sure they want to be called women? What if they just want to be called they or them? How do you know? How do you know they're women? Guess what's bouncing back, folks? The boogeyman. Yeah, the boogeyman. How America lost control of the bird flu, setting the stage for another boogeyman. Yeah. So they're throwing it all at us. A lab manager prepares milk samples for testing at the Animal Health Diagnostics Center of Central University. On December 10th, the U.S. Department of Agriculture recently ordered testing of the nation's milk supply amid concerns about bird flu. Keith Polson's jaw dropped when farmers showed him images of their cell phones at the World Dairy Expo in Wisconsin in October. A livestock veterinarian at the University of Wisconsin, Polson had seen sick cows before with their noses dripping and utter slack. What the hell does that mean? But the scale of the farmers' efforts to treat the sick cows stunned him. They showed videos of systems they built to hydrate hundreds of cattle at once in 14-hour shifts. Dairy workers pumped gallons of electrolyte-rich fluids into ailing cows through metal tubes inserted into the esophagus. Nearly a year into this first outbreak of the bird flu among cattle, the virus shows a sign of not slowing. The U.S. government failed to eliminate the virus on dairy farms when it was confined to a handful of states by quickly identifying infected cows and taking measures to keep their infections from spreading. Now at least 875 herds across 16 states have tested positive. Experts say they have lost faith in the government's ability to contain the outbreak. So is this coming? What do you all think? All right, folks. Breaking news. President Donald Trump promises to cut taxes for Canadians if they agree to become the 51st state of the United States. Boy, he's shitting all over their agenda, isn't he? I love it. Eiffel Tower fire forces evacuation on Christmas Eve. The Eiffel Tower in Paris was evacuated on December 24th after a fire erupted between its first and second floors. And I didn't see the Eiffel Tower get brought down, did you? I mean, there was fires on multiple floors, but I didn't see it come down like this. Brrr, like the towers. I didn't see it. I didn't see it happen. And there was fires on multiple floors. Michelle Carter. So the Eiffel Tower, one of the most popular tourist destinations, typically attracts 50,000 to 25,000 visitors daily. That's enough for me not want to not want to go there. I don't like to be around people at all. My buddy was just at White Sands, and he's like, "Gosh, man, there's a line of people, man. I don't even want to go." I'm like, "You're not supposed to see a line of people when you're going to a national forest or a national park. You're supposed to go there to get away from people. I don't want to go to a national park and see people." All right, time for the next the next one, folks. 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗀. If you suffer from daily aches and pains, please listen carefully. I don't know if you heard my ghetto timer go off. Top medical experts have unveiled a natural pain reliever that is changing the way Americans fight pain. 100% drug-free 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗀. 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 is the only solution in the world that optimizes your body's natural painkillers called endorphins, providing full body relief without dangerous pills or known side effects. Over 1 million Americans and hundreds of professional athletes, including UFC fighters, have already embraced 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃's pain relief power. Best of all, 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 is legal worldwide, certified drug-free, and does not cause side effects, grogginess, or addiction. After 14 years of clinical research, it has been proven safe and effective, backed by thousands of successful cases from other Americans just like you. Best of all, if you try it today, folks, you can get 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 for less than $1 a day. This is your opportunity to finally live pain-free, like Sancho. Click on the link below today to try the only 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 product in the world, risk-free for 90 days. Go to trykono.com/Nino. Trykono.com/Nino, folks. Live a pain-free life. Bigfoot awaits Nino. Don't go to cryptid parks. There are cryptids. Don't go to national parks or cryptids out there. I agree with you, actually. So Matt Gaetz is in hot water. Legal experts have told Newsweek that former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz could be charged with taking drugs and having sex with a minor. It follows a House Ethics Committee report alleging that the Republican potentially committed crimes, including statutory you know what? Statutory you know what occurs when a person is too young to legally give consent. Yeah. The ethics report was released on Monday and revealed that the committee found substantial evidence that Representative Gaetz violated House rules and other standards of conduct prohibiting prostitution, statutory you know what, illicit drug use, impermissible gifts, special favors or privileges, and obstruction of Congress. So in this bombshell, and then in another report, the bombshell says, "You the man, champ. Thank you, Mike the Maverick." It says here, document reveals ethics committee lied 3 times on Matt Gaetz' final report findings. Scandals in lawfare. I got to tell you, folks, that's what I see here. Biden signs 50 bills into law, makes bald eagle the country's official bird. I thought the bald eagle was already the country's official bird. Right now, it's a turkey. The American turkey is the last 40 years. It has been the turkey, and maybe the chicken, and maybe the buzzard, maybe the buzzard, the chicken, or the turkey. I don't know. He's one of those 3. President Joe Biden signed 50 bills into law on Tuesday that included making the bald eagle the country's official bird, and one that stops members of Congress from collecting their pensions if convicted of crimes. Biden also established the first federal, that might come back to bite all of them in the ass, right? Biden also established the first federal anti-hazing standard to address violence and deaths occurring on higher education campuses around the country. He also signed a bill supported by reality TV star heiress Paris Hilton, which holds treatment centers and care facilities serving the youth accountable. Earlier this month, Biden vetoed legislation to add 66 new judges to understaffed federal courts nationally, commuted the sentences of 37 and 40 federal inmates on death row, converting them to life in prison without parole, and issued a full and unconditional pardon for his son Hunter. In border news, incoming borders are Tom Homan says Trump administration will need $86 billion to start mass deportations. Damn. To stop giving it to Ukraine. That's it. That's how you solve the problem. You end the war in Ukraine and you protect our borders. I don't know. It doesn't take a genius. I don't know. This isn't rocket science. I would just be like, you know what? Fuck you, 𝗬𝗠cie. You're on your own, buddy. We're going to protect our borders and use that money for our borders. Am I crazy here? You just have to have the balls to do it. That's it. You just have to have the balls to be like, that's what we're doing. Sorry you're in this situation, little man with high heels. So incoming borders are Tom Homan says the White House will need $86 billion from Congress to kickstart the incoming Trump administration's mass deportation plan. And that's only the beginning. Homan told Fox News on Tuesday that while the president-elect's deportation plan will be expensive, he assured taxpayers it will save them money in the long run. The former acting ICE director recently said he wants to increase the number of detention beds from the current capacity of several tens of thousands to 100,000. Congress and from what I understand, they'll just be, it'll just be a holding tank for them. They're either going to want to, they're not going to want to stay there. From what I understand, you guys have heard Juanito talk about this. Basically, they're going to rather take their one-way ticket home. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be like, you know what? I don't want to stay at that holding facility. I'm going to take my ticket and go home. And they're just going to go back home. So Congress needs to fund the deportation operation, Homan said. It's going to be expensive, and everybody is focused on how expensive it's going to be. We need to understand it's going to be expensive in the beginning, but it's in the long run, it's going to save billions of dollars in taxpayers' money. We need some resources. I pray that Congress during the reconciliation period gives us a budget to do this, he said. That's a big budget. $86 billion. Migrant drunkenly fanned flames after torching homeless woman on the Brooklyn subway. Did you guys see the video of this? It's horrific to watch. Have you guys seen this? The migrant accused of torching a homeless woman on a Brooklyn subway made his first court appearance Tuesday to face charges, and prosecutors revealed he used his shirt to fan the flames after he ignited her clothes with a lighter. I don't understand how she caught. I mean, she was burst into flames. I don't understand how that happens unless you have lighter fluid. I don't see how you can just throw a match on someone's clothes or whatever he did, and she just burst into flames. That doesn't make sense to me, does it, you guys? She wasn't homeless. She was sleeping? Wow. I don't know. It says here homeless. Sebastian Zapata, a 33-year-old Guatemalan migrant living in Brooklyn men's shelter, was dressed in a white Tyvek suit with a black hoodie poking out from underneath his as he stood in Brooklyn criminal court on Tuesday. Pero the judge, Jung Park, ordered him held without bail on charges of first and second degree murder and arson. After his arrest, Zapata told police that he drinks a lot of liquor and doesn't know what happened. Yeah, you burned someone alive. That's what happened. Jeez, man. I mean, that's why I quit drinking. I'm not saying I want to burn anyone alive, but I think it's a portal. I think drinking, that's why they call it spirits. What do they call it? Liquor and spirits? It's spirits, man. I think you leave yourself open like a portal for demonic entities to come in like a playground and ride you like an amusement park. That's how I look at it. World War III news and World War III news. With election over, Biden eyes parting blow to Putin war chest. President Biden is weighing major sanctions against Russia's energy sector in his final weeks in office. 4 people familiar with the matter said, as the administration considers a parting blow in its financial war against Vladimir Putin. The move would also give the incoming team of President-elect Donald Trump more leverage in its negotiations with Putin. Putin the madman. Over ending Russia's war with Ukraine, said the people who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe deliberations that aren't public. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to say this word. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 Airlines plane crashes in Kazakhstan, killing 38, but 29 survived. Did you guys see this? 𝗬𝗃𝗃 Airlines crash sparks speculation. Planes accidentally shot down by Russia. An international investigation has begun into how the Embraer 190 passenger jet with 67 people on board crashed in Kazakhstan, killing 38 people, but leaving 29 survivors. I'm surprised there's any survivors at all. Russian military bloggers have suggested the plane could have been mistaken for a Ukrainian drone. The 𝗬𝗃𝗃 Airlines plane crashed on Christmas Day has prompted speculation the plane was shot down by Russia. So there's a lot of theories about this plane crash, man. But one thing for sure, all Moscow airports are mysteriously closing with no reason given. Aircraft crews, air traffic controllers, and airport services are taking all necessary measures to ensure flight safety, the statement from said. It is believed to be part of the carpet plan, which has been implemented at Moscow airports in recent years due to threats posed by drone attacks, according to Russian media. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 and 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗹 airports have been affected by the ruling, as has the nearby 𝗀𝘂𝗂𝗿𝗲 airport in outside Moscow. Fuck. Poland makes weapons training mandatory for school kids. Yeah, why not? As threat of Russian invasion escalates, the lessons conducted for 1 hour per week in school gymnasiums also include topics on state security, survival techniques, and tactical rescue. Poland has introduced mandatory firearms and basic first aid training for school children as fears of Russian aggression loom over the country. Accusations of charges and corruptions improbably. Netanyahu had a good year. This time last year, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was in the doldrums. He started very low, said 𝗬𝗃𝗃, a political strategist who has worked closely with Netanyahu, the lowest point of his life. But many Israelis accused him of being asleep at the wheel on October 7th. Yeah, I'll say. Or was it? You know what I mean, folks. The world's a stage. The world's a stage. But we'll go with it. Okay. For the sake of reading the news, he was asleep at the wheel. He didn't know what was happening. I don't know. People that don't know what's going on to me, I'm like, really? Really? Oh, you believe the news? Oh. I don't even talk to these people. I don't even want to hear their opinion. I don't give a fuck. Because they read these articles and they're like, oh, yeah, that's the truth. That's the way it is. So they're saying Netanyahu has redeemed himself. I am running a marathon, he told Tel Aviv courtroom after this month, facing charges which he denies of bribery, fraud, and breach of trust. I can run it with 20 kilos on my back, and I can run it with 10 kilos on my back. So he thinks he's doing a great thing. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing like Nothing like killing women and children on your soul. Little innocent kids getting bombed. Yeah, and then that's, yeah, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. Dude, you are not going. You're not. Listen here. Netanyahu. Woo, I wouldn't want to be you. I would not want to be you. There's going to be a price to pay for that. A big price to pay for that. Women and children, innocent men, all on your soul, buddy. Ooh, ooh, ow, ow, woo, oh, man. Woo, it's going to get hot. It's going to get real hot for you, buddy. For eternity. Enjoy. Enjoy eternity in hell, buddy. That's where you're going, man. Oh, man, I do not have any fucking sympathy for you. Russia is using Bitcoin in foreign trade. Finance minister says Moscow, Russia companies have begun using Bitcoin and other digital currencies in international payments following legislative changes that allowed such use in order to counter Western sanctions. Finance Minister Anton said on Wednesday. So, okay, let's get to XRP. Here's XRP price. How many of you are investing in XRP? David, you'll do great as a voice actor. Look, I just have fun here. I read the news because the news is pathetic. So I read it in a pathetic manner. I don't act like this the entire day. Actually, I'm very serious most of the day. But when I read shit like this, it deserves to be read like this, in my opinion, because it's such garbage. I'm basically making a mockery. How many of you understand what I'm doing here? I'm not just simply coming on here to act like a jackass. I'm making a mockery of the news. That's what I'm doing. That it's all, yes, you could say this is satire, but there's a lot of seriousness with it. But I'm making a mockery out of what they write because people are that dumb. They buy into it. All right, XRP price could skyrocket in a three-digit figure if XRP captures a small portion of the derivatives market amid community speculations. The global derivatives market is one of the behemoths in the financial scene, with industry leaders insisting its valuation runs in trillions. Current estimates suggest its notional value could exceed 1 quad million. All right. Where's that quadrillion? Quadrillion. XRP price, if it captures 1% of the derivatives market. So if XRP secured just 1% of the derivatives market using the 1 quadrillion valuation, this would translate to 10 trillion, notably, with XRP's total supply capped at 100 billion tokens. A 10 trillion market cap would mean a price of 100 per token. All right, folks, I hope you're investing in XRP. So, judge rules that accuser in the lawsuit against Jay-Z, 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝗀 can remain anonymous for now. So, an Alabama woman who says she was, by Jay-Z and 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝗀 when she was 13 can proceed anonymously for now in her lawsuit against the rap moguls. A New York federal judge ruled Thursday. In her written order, the U.S. District Judge 𝗦𝗚ci Torres said the woman can proceed anonymously at this early stage of the litigation, but may be required later to reveal her identity. It's pretty wild to see Jay-Z like, you can't touch me, man. I'm Jay-Z. And now, bro, you're going down like everybody else. And soon Beyonce will too. And soon all of you will. No one will be excluded. From what I understand, the hammer, it's going to be to the very end. They're just all not going to be, they're not going to believe what's happening. None of them. They're not going to be able to believe what's happening to them to the very end, from the way it's been told to me. They're going to be in just denial the whole way to the doldrums. Elon Musk is creating his own Texas town. Hundreds already live there. So over the past few years, Elon Musk has explained his footprint in Texas, moving his companies from California and building offices, warehouses, and manufacturing plants across a growing number of Texas counties. Now, Mr. Musk is trying to do something that few, if any, titans of the industry have done in a century: create his own company town. This is pretty cool, I think. I feel like Marfa. There's a little town here off by Alpine, Texas. Marfa, Texas. You guys know? Have you guys ever heard of Marfa, Texas? I think that I just have a weird feeling about that town. Like it's just gonna boom. I think something's gonna happen there, and it's just gonna boom. For years, the plan did not appear to be moving forward in any official way, in part because creating a new municipality in Texas requires a certain number of residents and support from a majority of voters. Thank you, Mary, Eyes of an Angel. Rebecca Newell, thank you. If authorized by the country or the county, the election would allow voters to cast a ballot for a state of 3 new city officials, including the city's first mayor. The petition against suggests that the mayor will be SpaceX security manager 𝗀𝗃𝗋𝗋. This is a very unique situation, said Alec Bojorquez, a lawyer in Austin who specializes in helping groups of Texas residents through a process of incorporating new towns. He said he had never helped a company that wanted its employee to form their own town. That's pretty crazy. I think they want to call it Starbase, Texas. Wow. That'd be kind of cool. I'd go visit the Starbase. Sancho should run for mayor. I think he would do very well. Oklahoma Education Department proposes mandatory Bible studies in public schools. I don't know how you all feel about that. I'm more about separation of church and state. Just because that's the concept. Yeah. State Department of Education has proposed new standards for institutions with some social science lessons at the K-12 level, which would base teaching on biblical ideals. The new standards would impact the teaching of lessons in history, geography, economics, and civics instruction, reported the new standards, the Duncan banner. So they would outline topics that Oklahoma schools are required to teach, about how they are taught and how lesson plans are developed. It is up to the staff of each institution. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Oh, this is a good one. I had to put this in here. The Bible is Did you guys know that? The Bible is Anglican Campaign Group claims. The Bible is according to guidance promoted by the Anglican Campaign Group. It claims that not everyone in the Bible is cisgender. Their genders at birth, and says the Bible stories contain some clear characters. The argument rests on the treatment of eunuchs of scripture and women taking part in apparently masculine activities in the Bible. The guidance is contained in resource hosted on the website. I don't want to say this word. The Bible of people were part of the Bible. Not everyone in the Bible is cisgender, nor is everyone in the Bible biologically or anatomically male or female. You see what they're doing here? Do you see how evil, how it injects itself and tries to manipulate and change things and give it back to the Christians? You see how they do this shit? Hints that Samaritan women were intersex. The resources further claim that Jesus' encounter with Samaritan women in the book of John hints that she is intersex, and also shows that Christ affirms her identity. So, you think you've seen it all, man. You think you've seen it all. It's not enough to go into our schools. Now they got to go into the Bible. Oh, here's something I wanted to read to you guys. Why NASA's sun-touching spacecraft remains out of contact and also full of shit. NASA's Parker Solar Probe remains out of contact on Christmas Day after its historic achievement on December 24th when it got closer to the sun than any human-made object ever. And I'm not going to even go into this because it's fucking... Okay, so I saw the picture of this thing. I'm like, wow, they're able to take pictures of this thing. Like they set this probe and it's about to touch it. It shows a picture of it. NASA's showing a picture of this thing about to touch the sun. But there's something behind it taking pictures. So I'm looking at this thing. What, did they send up a photographer with it? A probe photographer, a satellite photographer or whatever, right behind it to take the pictures? Or are we taking pictures with a telescope that's able to look at this little dot that's approaching the sun? I think it's all CGI horse shit. But don't worry, you'll have Neil deGrasse Tyson say that it's valid. I guarantee it. Another guy that's full of shit. Oh, we went to the moon because we had enough gas. Yeah. By the way, I got 2 people coming on specifically for the moon landing. Let's get to what the fuck news. And what the fuck news, dog meat restaurant owner dies just days after discovering he has rabies. Karma's a bitch. So 33-year-old 𝗬𝗏𝗶𝗹 frequently butchered dogs and cats at his restaurant. A dog meat restaurant owner in Vietnam has died of rabies just days after experiencing symptoms, highlighting the risk of handling animals without necessary precautions. 33-year-old frequently butchered dogs and cats at his restaurant. How the man was exposed to the rabies virus is unclear, though many believe it happened while handling an affected dog. So he got rabies. He was feeding people dogs and cats, and he got rabies. Initially, he sought medical care after experiencing fatigue and breathing difficulties. Karma's a bitch. He was then diagnosed with rabies at 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗹 Hospital and confined at the 𝗀𝗂𝗶 Hospital for tropical diseases. Despite treatment, the man requested to leave the hospital to return home. While at home, his condition worsened, leading to severe rabies symptoms, including agitation, frothing at the mouth, muscle spasms, and confusion. He eventually succumbed to his illness. That's what you get for eating dog. Oh. Whatever, man. Ugh. I don't know anymore. It's all crazy to me. All right, folks, I'm going to go to ninoscorner.tv. I'm putting up the 𝗀𝗏𝗂𝗃 video up tonight. The Ghost is on there right now. It's great. SGAnon's coming on. Man. Judge Joe Brown is up there right now. That's a great General's tent, by the way. It was fire. I'm not going to be putting every General's tent up on ninoscorner.tv for people to see. I just put, if they're fire, if they're really good ones, I'll put them up. But folks, the General's tent is the place to be if you want a front row seat in the war. It's a place to be. Get there right now, folks. The Black Friday specials, this shit should be ending today, actually. It's probably going to end today, so get there today. Get signed up. You'll get grandfathered in. Later, folks. I'm out of here. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, baby. Later, folks.